And CTV's Jeremy Thompson joins us now. He's just west of Hinton, Alberta today with the latest on this. Jeremy, thanks very much for joining us. How is the situation across the province, but most importantly in Jasper?
Well, we know that there's 170 plus wildfires burning across Alberta in the most recent days. Of course, that number kind of fluctuates as the time progresses here, but it has been raining quite a bit here in the Jasper area in the last few days. Parks Canada estimates 10 to 15 millimeters of rain in the last 24 hours. It is windy though today, which could pose a problem for spread of this wildfire. But firefighters are trying to take advantage of this kind of lull in the weather to regroup and try to keep that spread of the fire to a minimum. As you mentioned, just devastating destruction in the town of Jasper itself. That number, 30 to 50% of structures damaged or destroyed. That's coming from the Premier and the province of Alberta here. Parks Canada has said they can't verify that exactly because it's been too busy to go in and do a detailed assessment. They did put out an updated map of the fire last night. And again, that one is also pretty rough because it's just been so windy, so hot, and the conditions have been too difficult, with the smoke and everything, to get a more precise measurement of the borders. But as you say, it is massive, 360 square kilometers, and that's because there had been two wildfires burning, one north and one south of Jasper. Those have now combined, and so fire crews had been working yesterday in town to prevent fires from spreading building to building. Unclear today what work in the town site actually will look like for the rest of the day during this cooler weather, but we'll expect some updates from Parks Canada on that a little bit later today.
Okay, and what about the evacuees? We're starting to hear from them. Just a horrible situation for them.
Yeah, it's really tough. We've been speaking with evacuees, some hearing, that their businesses or their homes have survived. Many, though, are telling us their difficult stories of loss. We spoke to one man who told us his story last night.
Yeah, our home burned to the ground, is what we know. And our whole side of town, which is the west side of town, most of it is gone. We got that information last night from two different sources, and lots of tears and just shock and disbelief and sadness. But I own two stores in Jasper, and I've seen photos just recently here today that both of those stores are still standing.
So it is, it's just difficult to hear those stories. We have heard that all critical infrastructure in Jasper has been saved: hospitals, schools, wastewater treatment facilities, as well as an emergency services building. But the devastation really is just so difficult to look at for residents especially, but definitely the millions of people who visit this iconic Canadian destination every year. Roger.
And just one last question before we go. Has the fire moved past? Is the danger gone, or are they worried about it coming back?
So we understand that, of course, the wildfire is volatile, right? It could change. Mm-hmm. Winds could change at any minute here, and it is so large. But we're told right now winds are blowing east, which is pushing the fire away from Jasper at the moment. Those winds are strong, and they can kind of swirl. It's expected that these winds will stay strong today, but certainly the rain in the last little while has kept fire activity today to a minimum, and that's expected to be the case for the next few days before it starts heating up again.
Okay, some good news to hear. Jeremy, thank you very much for that update.